the reality revolution. This is the Prosperity Vortex experience. When you listen to this activation, you will become the energy of abundance. Prosperity will flow to you like never before. I'm so glad you're here right now in this moment of possibility with me. And thank you for sticking with me, because I desperately want to awaken prosperity within you. I want to awaken you to the idea that everything can change in a single moment. There's something happening already as you listen to these words, a resonance beginning between us, a connection forming that will serve as the foundation for the transformation that's about to unfold. Energy fields surround us, constantly shaping our experiences in ways most people never fully recognize. Every emotion you feel, every thought you think, every experience you have, all of these exist as energetic patterns that influence your reality. Just as the Earth's magnetic field invisibly directs the compass needle, these subtle energetic currents guide the direction of your life experiences. What we're exploring today is the Prosperity Vortex, a specific concentrated field of abundance energy that exists as a potential all around you. Think of it as a swirling, dynamic pattern of energy that operates at the frequency of unlimited prosperity. This vortex doesn't contain abundance. It generates it, amplifies it, and draws more of it into your experience when you align with its unique vibrational signature. As we move through this activation together, you'll first become aware of this field, then experience it directly and ultimately embody it completely. You'll transition from someone who occasionally encounters prosperity to someone who generates it continuously from within. The prosperity vortex isn't something external you need to find. It's an energetic reality you can step into and become. My intention for this journey is simply to shift your relationship with abundance at the most fundamental level. Not through techniques or strategies, but through a direct experience of the prosperity field itself. By the time we complete this activation, you won't just understand prosperity philosophically, you'll be experiencing it differently, emanating it differently, and creating it differently in every aspect of your life. So stay present with me. Allow your awareness to expand slightly as we begin this journey into the prosperity vortex, the energetic reality where abundance isn't something you pursue, but something you become. Energy. It's not just a concept, it's the fundamental structure of reality itself. When you truly grasp this, you realize you're not just walking through the world, you're swimming in an ocean of vibrating information, cascading waves of potential constantly flowing through you, around you, becoming you. Right now, as you listen to these words, there are countless forms of energy permeating your experience. The electromagnetic fields from your devices, the thermal energy warming your skin, the kinetic energy of your heart pumping blood through your body. All of this happening simultaneously in a magnificent symphony of energetic exchange. And yet most fascinating of all are the subtle energies. These gossamer threads of vibrational information that operate just beyond your ordinary perception. These are the energies that influence how you feel when you walk into a room where people have been arguing, or the inexplicable draw you feel toward certain places and people. These energetic currents are always flowing through your field of awareness, shaping your experience in ways your conscious mind rarely registers. Your body is exquisitely designed as an instrument for detecting these subtle energies. Notice right now, Can you feel that slight tingling in your fingertips? That gentle pressure at the center of your chest? The almost imperceptible humming sensation at the crown of your head? These sensations are built-in technologies for perceiving the energetic dimensions of reality that exist beyond your 5 primary senses. Prosperity energy has its own unique signature, a particular vibrational pattern that feels expansive, flowing, magnetic. It moves in spiraling vortex-like patterns that naturally attract more of the same. Unlike the constricted, jagged energy of scarcity, prosperity feels open, smooth, generative as an energy, like a river that continuously replenishes itself as it flows. You've already experienced this prosperity frequency countless times in your life. Remember that moment when an unexpected opportunity appeared. That instance when resources arrived precisely when you needed them. The time when abundance seemed to effortlessly flow into your experience. In those moments, you were naturally, spontaneously aligned with the prosperity vortex. Some could argue that the vortex is a timeline, and it very well could be. But it is more of an energy that I want you to walk within, that I want to saturate you with as you listen to my voice. The electromagnetic field of your heart extends several feet beyond your physical body, interacting constantly with the energetic information in your environment. When you walk through a shopping mall, stroll through a park, or enter your workplace, you're moving through countless energy fields, each affecting your state of being in subtle yet profound ways. What's extraordinary is that you're not just influenced by these fields, you influence them. Your energetic signature is constantly interacting with, modifying, and creating the energetic environment around you. You're not just a receiver of energy, you're a broadcaster, a modifier, a creator of energetic information that ripples outward, affecting everything you touch. This awareness, this recognition of yourself as an energetic being in an energetic universe is the essential foundation for stepping into the prosperity vortex. Because once you perceive the energetic nature of abundance, you can begin to consciously align with it, embody it, and ultimately generate it from the core of your being. Energy is the fundamental substrate of your reality. Everything you experience, from the solid chair beneath you to the thoughts flowing through your mind, is at its core energy vibrating at different frequencies. What appears as matter is simply energy condensed to a slow vibration, while your thoughts and emotions operate at higher, more fluid frequencies. Begin to notice the subtle sensations in your body right now. Your awareness itself is a form of energy, a focused field of intention that interacts with everything you touch. The energy of prosperity has those specific qualities that we talked about. It feels expansive rather than contractive. It flows smoothly rather than feeling blocked or restricted. The awareness of energy, both receiving and transmitting, forms the foundation for our work with the prosperity vortex. As you continue to expand your perception of these subtle energies, you develop the sensory apparatus that you need to fully step into and embody the prosperity vortex that we'll be exploring more deeply together. The frequency of prosperity isn't just conceptual, it's tangible, palpable, reality vibrating at a specific energetic signature in the quantum field. When we truly attune to it, you're not just thinking about abundance, you're resonating with it at the most fundamental level of your being. This prosperity frequency has distinct qualities that make it immediately recognizable once you experience it. Once again, it feels like expansion, like your energetic field is growing beyond its normal boundaries extending outward in all directions simultaneously. There's a luminous quality to it, a radiance that seems to illuminate everything from within rather than reflecting light from outside. And as you attune to this frequency right now, you notice a warm, flowing sensation moving up your spine, an opening in your chest, a tingling at the crown of your head. This is your body's direct experience of aligning with the vibrational patterns of abundance. Your cells themselves are beginning to dance to this high-frequency pattern. The contrast between prosperity energy and scarcity energy is profound and revelatory. Where scarcity feels contractive, prosperity feels expansive. Where scarcity feels rigid and fixed, prosperity feels fluid and dynamic. Scarcity energy moves in tight, restricted patterns that spiral inward and diminish over time. Prosperity energy moves in generous, sweeping patterns that spiral outward and multiply exponentially like a vortex. Scarcity consciousness perceives reality through a lens of limitation. You see boundaries, obstacles, limitations, and endings. Prosperity consciousness perceives the same reality through a lens of possibility. You see openings, opportunities, and infinite potentials. The external circumstances may be identical, but the energetic frequency through which you perceive them transforms everything. And that's what this activation is doing, is changing your perception of the energies around you. The prosperity frequency already exists in certain areas of your life. Think about where things flow easily for you, where abundance seems to naturally appear, where opportunities continuously emerge without struggle. Maybe it's in your relationships, your creativity, your health, or specific aspects of your work. These are areas or windows into the prosperity frequency that's already operating in your life. Remember moments when synchronicities appear, when exactly what you need arrives precisely when you need it. Remember times when solutions emerge effortlessly, when resources appear unexpectedly, when connections form spontaneously. In these moments, you're not separated from the prosperity frequency. You're embodying it, broadcasting it, and becoming it. Your nervous system is literally rewiring itself right now to become more sensitive to this prosperity frequency. Neural pathways that once tuned to scarcity are now being recalibrated to recognize abundance through the commands of my voice to your subconscious mind. As you continue to attune to this frequency, notice how your breathing naturally deepens, how your muscles relax, how your awareness expands. This is your body's innate recognition that prosperity is your natural state, your birthright, the fundamental reality of the universe that is endlessly abundant, creative, and generative. The prosperity frequency isn't something external you need to find. It's an intrinsic quality of existence itself that you're now remembering how to sense, embody, and emanate. And as this remembering deepens, you're becoming a living conduit for this frequency, a human prosperity generator transmitting these vibrational patterns into every aspect of your reality. And now something extraordinary begins to emerge at the edges of your awareness in this moment as you listen to my voice. A swirling, spiraling field of concentrated prosperity energy. The vortex itself, this isn't just a visualization, it's an actual energetic phenomenon that exists at the intersection of quantum potential and conscious perception. Can you sense it now? First as a subtle shimmer at the periphery of your vision, like heat waves rising from summer asphalt, but composed of golden luminous particles of possibility. The vortex doesn't announce itself with thunder. It arrives first as a whisper, a subtle disturbance in the field of awareness that says something different is happening here. Something magnificent is emerging. Something wonderful is happening now. As your attention naturally turns toward the emerging phenomenon, notice how the swirling motion becomes more distinct, more defined. It's moving in a counterclockwise spiral, creating a powerful centripetal force that begins to draw energy toward its center while simultaneously emanating waves of abundance outward. This is the paradoxical nature of the Prosperity Vortex. It draws in and gives out simultaneously, operating beyond the conventional laws of energetic exchange. The motion itself, it's mesmerizing, not chaotic, but perfectly orchestrated, moving with mathematical precision in golden spiral patterns that mimic the fundamental design templates of the universe. It's the Fibonacci sequence, the same spiraling pattern you see in galaxies, in hurricanes, in the unfurling of fern fronds, in the chambers of the Nautilus shell. The vortex moves according to these sacred geometric principles, the very structure of creation itself. As you continue to observe this magnificent energy pattern, notice how it seems to have its own intelligence, its own consciousness. The vortex isn't a random phenomenon, it's an organized field of information, a coherent system that responds to your awareness of it. As you pay attention to it, it grows stronger, more defined, more vibrant. Your consciousness and the vortex are engaging in a dance of co-creation. The colors within the vortex are unlike anything in ordinary perception. There's gold, electric blues, vibrant purples, and colors that seem to exist beyond the visible spectrum. Colors for which we have no names. Most fascinating of all is the magnetic quality of this vortex, the way it creates an almost gravitational attraction, a gentle but persistent pull towards its center. This isn't a forceful demand, but an irresistible invitation. Something deep within you recognizes this pattern, remembers it, longs to reunite with it. Your entire being knows instinctively, this is what I've been seeking. This is what abundance truly feels like. What would happen if you allowed yourself to move closer to this extraordinary energy pattern? What transformations will occur as you begin to align with its frequency? What aspects of yourself will awaken as you approach this swirling vortex of infinite prosperity that has appeared in your field of awareness? The vortex continues its hypnotic spiraling dance at the periphery of your consciousness, patiently waiting for you to take the next step in this journey of energetic transformation. It exists beyond time and space, at the intersection of potential and actualization, inviting you into a direct experience of prosperity consciousness that transcends all previous limitations. And as your awareness acknowledges this magnificent spiral of prosperity energy, something remarkable begins to happen. You find yourself naturally drawn toward it, not through any physical movement, but through an alignment of your field. With an irresistible pull, this movement is not something you need to force or create. It happens spontaneously. The closer you move to the vortex, the more your perception begins to shift. Colors become more vibrant, sounds gain remarkable clarity, and thoughts flow with extraordinary fluidity. At this proximity to the vortex, notice how limiting beliefs that once felt solid and immovable now appear as transparent, ephemeral constructs, temporary agreements you made with reality that can be dissolved and reformed in an instant. The thoughts "there isn't enough" or "prosperity is difficult" now seem as substantial as morning mist evaporating in sunlight. As you draw closer, waves of energy begin washing over your body. Your nervous system is literally upgrading itself to accommodate these higher frequencies, creating new pathways capable of sustaining prosperity consciousness as your default state. The boundary between you and the vortex becomes increasingly permeable. You begin to recognize that this separation was always an illusion. The vortex is not external. This recognition creates an exhilarating sense of coming home to a truth you've always known at the deepest level of your being. Time itself seems to function differently now. You experience moments of temporal dilation where seconds expand into seemingly infinite space. This consciousness operating beyond linear time. The air around you feels charged with potential, as if each breath draws in not just oxygen, but particles of pure possibility. Your lungs fill with this rarefied atmosphere, circulating it through your bloodstream, delivering it to every cell. Each exhale, you release old patterns that no longer serve your expansion, creating space for this new energy to integrate fully into your being. You stand now at the threshold of full immersion at the edge of the vortex itself. From here, you can feel its magnificent power, sense its transformative potential, glimpse the reality that exists within its swirling embrace. Here you stand at the magnificent boundary between worlds, the threshold where limited consciousness dissolves and prosperity consciousness ignites. This moment of standing at the threshold creates an exquisite tension, a creative polarization between what has been and what is possible. Feel the electricity of this moment, the aliveness that comes from standing at the edge of transformation. This is consciousness awake to itself, aware of its own evolutionary potential, ready to make a quantum leap from one state to another. The nature of any profound transformation is that you cannot bring everything with you. Just as the butterfly cannot drag the caterpillar structure into its new expression, you cannot carry limiting beliefs into prosperity consciousness. At this threshold, you naturally release what no longer serves. Outdated stories about your worth, inherited beliefs about money, collective agreements about scarcity, all dissolving as you prepare to step through this portal. The vortex before you represents a fundamentally different operating system for your consciousness. Within its spiraling embrace, synchronicity replaces struggle. Flow replaces force. Abundance replaces scarcity. This isn't just a shift in what you have, it's a revolution in who you are. How you perceive what you broadcast into the field of infinite potential that surrounds you at every moment. As you prepare to step fully into this field, recognize that this is not about escaping reality. It's about accessing a more fundamental level of reality. The prosperity vortex doesn't exist separate from you. It exists as the energetic substrate of all experience. The shift that occurs upon entry happens at the level of consciousness itself. A recalibration of your entire perceptual apparatus. What was invisible becomes visible. What seemed impossible becomes inevitable. What appeared as limitation reveals itself as the canvas upon which unlimited creativity expresses itself. Your entire biological system is preparing for this transition. Your heart rate may change, your breathing pattern may shift, electrical activity in your brain may reorganize into more coherent patterns. This is consciousness and physiology moving in perfect synchrony, preparing the vehicle of your body to conduct the higher frequencies of prosperity consciousness. Feel the magnetic pull of the vortex growing stronger. An irresistible invitation to step beyond the known into the realm of infinite possibility. Every cell in your body vibrates in anticipation, recognizing a quantum level that awaits within the vortex. This recognition creates a natural readiness, an organic desire to complete this transition that transcends any mental resistance or emotional hesitation. And now, the moment of complete surrender, the exhilarating plunge into the heart of the vortex itself. As you step fully into the magnificent field of prosperity energy, the boundary between observer and observed dissolves completely. You are no longer approaching the vortex. You are the vortex, and it is you. The separation was always an illusion. The initial sensation is one of extraordinary expansion as your energetic body suddenly extends infinitely in all directions. The borders that once defined your sense of self become fluid, extending outward into a field of golden, luminous potential that has no beginning and no end. Colors swirl around and through you, electric blues pulsing with possibility, radiant golds carrying the vibration of abundance, vibrant purples transmitting the frequency of transformation. These colors aren't separate from you, they're moving through your being, recalibrating every cell, every atom, every quantum particle to the resonance of prosperity consciousness. A warm, tingling sensation begins at the base of your spine, rising upward like liquid light, activating each energy center as it ascends. Your entire nervous system comes alive with new intelligence, processing information at exponentially higher rates, perceiving connections and opportunities that were always present, but previously filtered out by limited consciousness. The atmosphere within the vortex feels super oxygenated, charged with particles of pure potential. Each breath draws this rarefied essence deep into your lungs, where it enters your bloodstream, circulating prosperity consciousness to every cell in your body. Your DNA vibrates differently, of activation of dormant codes that align with abundance. Within this field, thought itself functions differently. Ideas don't unfold linearly, but emerge fully formed, multidimensional, simultaneously revealing their essence and their application. Solutions appear before problems are even fully articulated. Creativity flows, not as occasional inspiration, but your constant state of being. An unending stream of innovation, insight, and implementation, all occurring in perfect synchronicity. Your emotional landscape transforms dramatically within this vortex. Feelings of lack, anxiety, or restriction simply cannot exist at this frequency. They dissolve like ice sculptures in desert heat. What emerges instead is a profound sense of sufficiency, security, and expansiveness, not as fleeting emotional states, but as the very foundation of your being. Time operates differently in the heart of the vortex. You experience moments stretching into eternity or multiple insights arriving simultaneously. The vortex energy interacts with your body in remarkable ways, as wave-like sensations moving through your limbs, as a delicious weightlessness, as subtle vibrations in your cells. Most extraordinary of all is the shift in perception that occurs within the vortex. The world hasn't changed. Your ability to perceive it has expanded exponentially. Where you once saw limitation, you now perceive infinite possibility. Where you once felt separation, you now recognize connection. Where you once detected scarcity, you now perceive endless abundance that permeates all existence. As you continue to float within this magnificent vortex, something extraordinary begins to unfold. The distinction between you experiencing the prosperity energy and you being it begins to blur. The energy no longer feels like something outside that's flowing into you. Instead, you recognize it as your own essential nature revealing itself. Notice how this shift feels in your being. Membrane that once separated your consciousness from the field becomes increasingly permeable. As this transformation deepens, prosperity no longer feels like a state you enter or leave. It becomes the baseline of your existence. Your body becomes a conscious conductor of this energy, not just a temporary vessel, but a permanent generator of prosperity consciousness. Every cell vibrates with this new awareness. Most profound of all is the simplicity that emerges from this union with prosperity consciousness. What once seemed complex, the techniques and strategies for creating abundance, now reveals itself as the natural, effortless expression of your authentic being. This union with prosperity energy isn't reaching a destination, it's recognizing you never were separate from it in the first place. You are no longer merely receiving prosperity energy, you are the generator of it. The energy you once perceived as external now clearly emanates from the core of your being. Like the sun doesn't receive light, but generates it from within. You don't attract prosperity, you radiate it as your essential nature. From the center of your being, waves of golden prosperity pulse outward in concentric circles, extending beyond the boundaries of your physical form. These waves carry the vibrational signature of abundance into every aspect of your reality. Your relationships, your work, your health, your creative expression, nothing remains untouched by this emanation because it flows from the very essence of who you are. Your body becomes a conscious conduit for this generative force. Every cell activates as a microscopic prosperity generator. Every system aligns with this new operating principle. Your heart, the most powerful electromagnetic broadcaster in your body, amplifies this signal, sending it throughout your body and beyond, creating a prosperity field that extends several feet in all directions around you. The implications of the shift are nothing short of revolutionary. When you enter a room, you're not walking into an existing energy field. You're bringing your prosperity field with you, transforming the vibrational quality of that environment. When you engage in any activity, you're not trying to extract value from it. You're infusing it with the abundance consciousness that now defines your being. Watch what happens as your energy flows from you into the world. Observe how resources, opportunities, and connections appear precisely when needed. Witness how challenges transform into catalysts for greater expansion. This is not magic, it's the natural consequence of your new role as a prosperity generator. The most extraordinary of all is the recognition that this isn't a special ability granted to a select few. It's the awakening to what you've always been. Your consciousness has undergone a fundamental shift from consumer to creator, from passenger to driver, from effect to cause. You've moved beyond the paradigm of manifesting prosperity and into the reality of generating it directly from the infinite wellsprings of your being. This is an entirely new dimension of existence, where abundance is not something you pursue, but something you embody and emit as naturally as breathing. Now, to lock in and confirm your place within this prosperity vortex, say these affirmations with me. To reprogram your subconscious mind to fully align with the vortex that we have entered. I am not just a receiver of abundance, I am the generator of it, radiating prosperity energy from the core of my being. My consciousness is permanently calibrated to the frequency of unlimited abundance. The prosperity vortex is not something I step into, it's what I am, what I generate, what I embody with every breath. I am the origin point of an infinite field of prosperity that expands in all directions, transforming everything I touch. My very presence activates abundance in any environment I enter. I don't attract prosperity, I emanate it naturally as the authentic expression of my true nature. The boundary between prosperity and myself has dissolved completely. I am abundance in human form. Every cell in my body is a microscopic prosperity generator, broadcasting the frequency of abundance. My energy field is permanently recalibrated to the vibration of unlimited prosperity. I recognize myself as a living vortex of abundance energy, continuously generating prosperity in all aspects of my reality. With every breath I take, I amplify the prosperity vortex that emanates from within me. As I move through the day, golden waves of abundance radiate from my being, transforming everything I touch. I stand fully in my power as a creator and generator of infinite prosperity. Money, opportunities, and resources flow to me effortlessly because I am the source from which they emerge. My energy signature is permanently aligned with the frequency of unlimited abundance. Every interaction I engage in is infused with the prosperity consciousness that defines my being. I don't need to become prosperous. I am prosperity itself, expressing through human form. The vortex of abundance spins within me, drawing to me everything that resonates with prosperity consciousness. As a prosperity generator, I transform every environment I enter with the energy of abundance that radiates from my being. The prosperity vortex you've activated is not confined to the boundaries of your personal field. It's a dynamic living system that naturally expands outward in all directions. Like a stone dropped in water, the vibration of your prosperity creates concentric waves that extend far beyond your immediate presence, affecting the quantum field in ways that transcend conventional understanding. This expansion happens automatically, without effort or technique. Radiating from your being interacts with everything it encounters: people, places, situations, opportunities, creating a cascade of transformation that multiplies exponentially as it moves outward. As this field expands, it creates phase entrainment, the tendency of energy systems to synchronize with the strongest coherent field. Just as multiple heart cells placed near each other will begin to beat in unison, the environments and people you encounter naturally begin to resonate with the prosperity frequency you're generating. Your prosperity field acts as a magnetic attractor for similar energies. Resources, connections, opportunities that vibrate at the frequency of abundance are naturally drawn into your expanded field, appearing as lucky coincidences. This isn't random, it's the precise mathematical functioning of resonance. Watch what happens as you move through the world as a living prosperity vortex. Notice how situations that once seemed blocked or limited suddenly open with new possibilities. Your presence in any environment, your home, workplace, social gatherings, even digital spaces, transforms the energetic quality of that space. This expanded field operates beyond the constraints of space and time. Your prosperity consciousness can affect situations before you physically arrive, influence outcomes across vast distances, and create cascading effects that continue long after your physical presence has moved elsewhere. The prosperity vortex you've activated isn't temporary or dependent on specific conditions. It's permanent. What you've experienced is not the culmination, but the initiation of an extraordinary journey into prosperity consciousness. The activation of the vortex isn't a one-time event, but the beginning of something marvelous. An ongoing evolution that will continue to unfold in fascinating, unexpected ways throughout your life. As you move forward from this moment, the prosperity field you've activated will continue to strengthen, expand, and evolve in response to your experiences. Each time you notice abundance manifesting in your reality, the vortex gains power. Each moment you consciously recognize yourself as a prosperity generator, the field intensifies. This creates a positive feedback loop where prosperity continuously amplifies itself through your awareness of it. Your perception will become increasingly calibrated to recognize abundance where others see limitation, opportunity where others see obstacles, infinite possibility where others see fixed realities. In the days and weeks ahead, pay attention to the synchronicities that begin appearing with increasing frequency. Witness the resources that arrive precisely when needed. These aren't random events, but direct manifestations of your prosperity vortex interacting with the field of infinite potential. Your relationship with money itself will undergo a profound transformation as a result of this activation. Rather than seeing money as something scarce to be pursued, you will increasingly recognize it as a form of energy that flows from within you. The boundaries between spiritual abundance and material will dissolve as you recognize them as different expressions of the same energy. Financial abundance, vibrant health, fulfilling relationships, creative expression, spiritual connection, all these become unified aspects of the single consciousness that now defines your being. Most exciting of all is the recognition that this journey has no final destination, no ultimate endpoint. The prosperity vortex you've activated will continue expanding, evolving, revealing new dimensions of abundance throughout your lifetime. As we conclude this activation, carry this truth with you. You haven't experienced a temporary state or learned a new technique. You've undergone a fundamental recalibration of your energetic signature to align with prosperity consciousness. You are the prosperity vortex. You are the generator of abundance. You are the living embodiment of infinite potential expressing itself in human form. This recognition isn't the end of your journey, it's the beginning of a magnificent lifetime of expanding prosperity consciousness that will continue to unfold in ways you cannot yet imagine, but will delight in discovering. Please put in the comments your experiences with the vortex, how it opens up your interactions and relationships with energy around you. This may seem subtle and quite different than many of the activations we've done before, but believe me, this is an earthquake in your entire spiritual system. You will discover amazing results now that we've awakened this vortex within you. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. Do me a favor and put a like on this video. Share it with your friends and family so that they can access the Prosperity Vortex for themselves. It is with great gratitude that I thank you for joining me in these wonderful activations. It is an honor that you spend this time with me. I could never thank you enough. And welcome to the Reality Revolution.